Hi, I'm Linda Mihara, and I do a column for the Nichibei News called Origami Now. Today, in celebration for the Soy and Tofu Festival coming up, I'm going to show you how to make your own Cutie Tofuti, who is the mascot for the festival. And we're going to do it out of origami. So go ahead and grab a sheet of origami paper. And let's get started. So I've got a sheet of paper that actually has Cutie Tofuti and Friends pre-printed on this. You could find this if you scan the QR code at the end of this episode and to download your own template that has this. So once you have this, we're going to turn the model over and fold a triangle. So when you fold your first fold is always the hardest. So to do a triangular fold, line up your points, hold it in place, pull straight down the middle with your other hand, and then go from the middle on out. That prevents any shifting from happening when you're doing this. And then go ahead and fold the other half. So now you have a nice straight triangle. Unfold this, rotate it, and fold the other triangle. Again, holding your points in place there and pulling straight down the middle and going from the middle on out. It's very satisfying when you have a nice, correct triangle. Now we're going to unfold this and turn it over. So now you're looking at Tofuti and Friends like this. Let's take the model and fold it into a rectangle. So you're going to line up this corner, and then you're pretty straight. And again, start your fold from the middle and work your way out like that. We're going to unfold, rotate, and fold the other rectangle like this. And again, I'm being mindful of lining up my corners, as you see there. And again, I'm starting my fold from the middle and working my way out like this. So once you have that, you're going to unfold, and you're going to lift the paper off the table and push right through the middle from underneath, and it pops up like this. That's what you want. What you want to do is gather the paper together like this. And what you want is Cutie Tofuti and Friends to be hidden in your layers. And then you end up with your model that looks like this. It looks kind of like a stacked triangles. There are some guidelines on here if you do download the template. And the next step is to take the top flap and bring this corner up to the top of the triangle. And that's what the guideline shows, is making your fold like that. And doing the same for the opposite point, bringing that up to the top of the triangle and making your crease. Let's turn it over and repeat that. Again, you have your guidelines here. So you're going to take this point, bring it to the top of the triangle, make your fold, and the same for the final flap there. So your model will look like this. You have some additional guidelines here. If you have a regular origami paper and you don't have the guidelines, what you want to do is, you see these loose points are facing away from you. You're going to take the top layer here and bring this corner to the center. You don't have to be exact. You just eyeball it. Just bring it to the center. So it looks like this. The same for the opposite point. Bring that into the center and fold. So it looks like this. Let's turn it over and repeat that. Again, your loose flaps are pointing away from you. You're going to take this point and bring it to the center, like this. And finally, the last remaining one, and bringing that. So now your model, you have a lot of layers, so you want to give it a good crease there. But now we're going to work with these loose flaps that are here on top. You should have 2 of them. Let's take one of the flaps, and what we want to do is fold this. It makes a triangle. This flap makes a triangle. Let's take the top here and bring it to this point here, which is basically folding this triangle in half. So it looks like that. Now you're going to take the triangle and fold it down, and it will actually hug the edge of this triangle underneath. So we're just taking that and making a crease here. So it should look like this. Now let's unfold that last step. And if you look at the top here on this flap, there is a pocket. You can slide your finger inside and there's a pocket that you see here. You're going to take this triangle and tuck it inside the pocket. So let's go ahead and do that. Like this. and just tuck it into the pocket. So now it's snugly inside that pocket, like that. We want to repeat that on this other side. So the first step was to take the point and bring it down to the center like this, folding that triangle in half. Then we're taking that triangle and folding this down against the bigger triangle. We unfold that flap, find the pocket that's on top here, pop it open, and tuck the triangle inside that pocket, like that. That kind of locks it in place. Now let's turn it over and repeat that last series of steps with these two flaps. We're going to take the top flap and fold it down, folding that triangle in half, then taking the triangle and folding that down. You unfold that, let's find the pocket, which is right here, tuck that triangle inside, and flatten it out. And then we have one more to go. So take that triangle, fold this down, then take the triangle and fold this down this way. Unfold that, find the pocket, pop it open, and let's tuck that final triangle inside, like that. Now you're done with the folding, which is pretty cool. Lift it off the table, and you want to separate out your layers and kind of center it so that it makes like an X, like this. You see Cutie Tofuti and friends facing here. At the top, there's a tiny hole. So what you want to do is very gently hold the four flaps like this, give it a little puff like this, and you have your, let's pop it open a little bit more. You can probably blow a little bit more air. And you have your Cutie Tofuti tofu cube. And now you have your own Cutie Tofuti tofu cube. For more great videos, check out on all of our socials, Paper Tree SF. And for great origami supplies, check out our website, paper-tree.com. See you at the Soy and Tofu Festival. Thank you.